You're one decision away from changing. Literally, you are one decision away from changing. It's a decision away. You're one decision away from changing your life.
I'm unbeatable. I can't be beat. It's impossible. You condemn me. You can damage me. You're never ever going to beat me.
I think the easiest thing in life is to give up on whatever you're focused on or whatever you're hopeful for. The hardest thing is to continue to keep going, but we have to.
Yeah, you had to plant the seed well before to see the fruit.
Yeah, and you got to water it all the time, man.
Sometimes when you're in a dark place, you think you've been buried, but actually, you've been planted.
There's two types of people in this world. There's winners and there's losers. And just so that we're clear, every time we step on this field, our goal is to be a winner. And if your dad has said, oh, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, just as long as you have fun, well, I hate to say it, your dad's a loser.
Everybody thinks they're a loser. Every young person thinks they're a loser. At least a young person in the situation I was at. Like, I didn't know I wasn't a loser until I started winning, until I started doing martial arts. Martial arts taught me that, like, I could get better at stuff, that I wasn't really a loser. I just was someone who was, like, in a fucked up situation.
I'm a guy that came from nothing. Anybody's capable of doing shit like this. Anybody.
If you'll give it a good try, it will completely change your life for the better.
When you get faced with this ultimate challenge, brutal challenge, when life is just about to crush you, that's when you have the biggest opportunity to prove who you are.
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
This comfort zone I'm in is a fucking danger zone. It's a danger zone because what is it doing? It's stopping you from your true potential. Don't let anyone tell you you can't do something, because you can. The only person that you have to try everything.
Where is the wealthiest place in the world? Do you know? It's not China, it's not Dubai, it's the graveyard. Because in the graveyard, you will find inventions never invented, businesses never erected, songs never sung, books never written, ideas never nurtured, people never realized, because they were scared to take a risk. Scared like you. But you want to know something else? You're not in the graveyard yet.
I don't know who this nigga think I am. I'm not one of them niggas that wait till January 1st to do some shit. Now you're projecting because you do that. I don't do that sissy shit. I get to it, nigga. I do shit now. There's nothing I'm waiting for January 1st. I'm doing it today, tomorrow. Believe me, nigga. I could die tomorrow. I'm gonna wait till January 1st. People need me. I'm gonna wait till fucking January.
Most people who could ever exist will never even be born. We're the lucky ones. No matter what your lot is in life, if you have a disease or you have cancer, you're crippled, whatever is the thing, at the end of the day, you're alive, not dead, nor not having ever been born. So, take every occasion you can to smell the flowers.
Risk must be taken, for the greatest hazard in life is to risk nothing. The person who risks nothing has nothing, does nothing is nothing. Well, in the world of ego is nothing. That person may avoid suffering, pain, and embarrassment, but that individual will not learn, love, change, feel, or grow. Only the person who takes risks is truly free.
If you're alive, you can get better. No matter what. Yeah, no matter what. If you're alive, you can shift things.
Make a plan. Look at what you're interested in. Get disciplined about something. Allow for the possibility that you have something important to contribute to the world, and that the world would be a lesser place without that contribution.
Lose! I don't lose! I win! I win! That's my job! That's what I
If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master. If you can think and not make thoughts your aim.
I'm a warrior. Period. There's a lot of guys who've been in a lot more combat than me. A warrior's not always that. A warrior's a motherfucker who says, hey, I'm here again today. I'm here again tomorrow. I'm gonna be here the next day. I'm 50 years old, I'm still fucking getting after it. It's a person that puts no fucking limit on what's possible.
You have to step out your comfort zone to align yourself with greatness by walking on the edge of failure, suffering.
Put your back against the wall. Make yourself, find out who you are. Make yourself be clutch. Make yourself tap into a dog that you've never seen before. Real talk. You have to reveal your character to yourself so you can critique yourself, fix yourself, and get better. Every day is progress, bro. What I always say, 1% better every single day. Do that 365 times in a year, you got 365% better. That's over 100%. You exceed the standards.
Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. The water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
I realize you go higher, you go even more alone. Self-mastery, mastering something, it's always about yourself. And if you want to master yourself, well, you're gonna challenge and face yourself, and this is happening alone.
You know, I was so blessed that someone taught me with the age of 18 that if we give you misery and pain and discomfort and torture, that this will help you for the rest of your life.
For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Simply stated, as it applies to you and me, it means we can achieve nothing without paying the price.
And I think that's, like, it's not about being perfect. It's about just every day, one step at a time, trying to be better, trying to do more.
Yeah.
And I'm learning a lot about myself. I've had to break myself down in order to be able to be better.
People either survive in the jungle or exist in the zoo. Few recognize the significance.
We get one life, right? And every passing moment, we would never get back again. You would never start this video with the same perspective you had when you click play. You would never brush your teeth the same way twice in your life. There ain't no rewind button on life. I will never get that breath back ever again. See, this present moment is so precious. We have to be here. We have to be in it and make the most of it. We have to live our dreams now because they are possible.
No matter what you do, you're all in. This is going to kill you. So I think you might as well play the most magnificent game you can while you're waiting. Because do you have anything better to do? Really? Why not pick the best thing possible that you could do? Why not do that? Maybe you could justify your wretched existence to yourself that way. Because you're more powerful than you think. Way more powerful than you think. I mean, God only knows what you are in the final analysis. You're blind to your own weaknesses, but you're also blind to your own strengths. It's like, how far could you take that? If you stopped wasting time, and if you stopped lying, and if you oriented yourself to the highest possible good that you could conceive of, and you committed to that, how much good could you do?
Sometimes we don't have food to eat one day, and we just drink water.
Just drink water?
Just drink water.
Did you really sleep in a cardboard box and on pavement at times outside when you were growing up?
Yes, outside the street I sleep in with the cartoon, you know, the cartoon, the box. It's good. It's a very good experience that I'm so thankful to God that I had experience. I haven't experienced that life, you know, before I get this life.
Welcome to the world, money. Nothing happens until you put your ball in the line. Nothing's gonna happen. As long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you'll see it. See, there's no days off. You want something to happen, you gotta be consistent. That's plain and simple. You want something to happen, you gotta be consistent every day.
It's very important for you to believe that you are the one to make this happen. It's you. You've got to take personal responsibility. You've got to make it your personal business to make it happen. And you've got to resolve within yourself that I can do this, that it's hard, but you've got to say, I'm the one. I'm the one to make this happen. I'm the one to become successful in this business. As you work to help other people to become successful, that feeds your success. But you know it's going to be hard, but find out what will make it worth it for you.
It takes more, it's harder, it takes way longer, and the reward is way bigger, okay? It takes a lot more risk. Usually when things take more risk, and they're harder, and they take longer, there's a bigger payoff.
If I don't succeed, that means I die. Like, I really meant it, because it's like, there's no way that you try something for so long. You got to work ethic, you got consistency, and you're every day, you're learning. So you're getting better.
Don't make excuses. Don't blame any other person or any other thing. Get control of your ego. Don't hide your delicate pride from the truth. Take ownership of everything in your world, the good and the bad. Take ownership of your mistakes, take ownership of your shortfalls, take ownership of your problems, and then take ownership of the solutions that will get those problems solved. Take ownership of your mission. Take ownership of your job, of your team, of your future, and take ownership of your life. And lead.
No one will do this shit. You're the baddest motherfucker around. You're the baddest motherfucker ever lived. And I kept fueling me with the right kind of message that I needed to hear that I was never telling myself. And through time, it became reality to myself.
If you play it safe, you're gonna exist. You only get to live when you take risk. Ain't no living in safety. You can't be the man if you don't jump. You can't be top dog unless you fight the other dog. Ain't nobody finna give you the championship. You don't win the title without coming to the fight. You don't win the fight without training.
There's more to you than you think. There's more potential. There's more than enough potential to go around. There's definite suffering and malevolence in the world. We could fix it.
And so I think when you're on the start path, you can't look at the outcome as the only positive, because you will never make it. And so the positive frame that I've always used is, sure, you can have the external ones of like, I like thinking about my first videos had like 13 views. And I'm like, well, if I had an audience of 13 people, I used to spend years pitching, weight loss stuff to rooms of 13, and that was fine. And so thinking about that way was helpful. But the most helpful frame was thinking about who I was becoming as the asset that I was building. So in real time, whenever I finished a long day's work, I was becoming more like the type of person who could work for 5 years without reward.
Which way does a tree fall? Down? A tree falls the way it leans. Be careful which way you lean.
The journey, it never stops. As long as you're living, there's always opportunity to get better. But you will have to go through some struggles in your lifetime. You're probably asking, well, why do other people make it and you don't? Sometimes I say that to myself too. I work hard every day trying to make myself better, to be a better vessel in what I believe in and what I do. And sometimes everybody's not going to accept it, but I have to accept it. I have to believe in it, and I have to stand on it.
discipline your thoughts. Stop thinking too much. Don't go into the past. Don't go into the future. Be in the present. Why? Because only then it's possible that the mind is free, the capacity is free, and now you can completely immerse into whatever you are doing. And this means you have arrived.
You want to be uncommon amongst uncommon people. Like if you're like, for me, what got me in trouble with the Navy SEALs is I wanted to be one so bad. I fought my ass off, and I saw them as uncommon people, very uncommon. But once you become a Navy SEAL, you're all Navy SEALs, so guess what happens? You're fucking common again. I want to be uncommon amongst uncommon people.
Try to be as positive as you can, because tomorrow is going to be a better day unless you make it a worse day.
What has brought you to this point? What did you learn from it? Are you learning anything, or are you doing it over and over and over again?
Is you got to have a very clear vision of where you want to go. Because if you don't have that, you're just floating around. And visualize, and I always compare it to that you can have the best airplane in the world with the most advanced pilot. But if he doesn't know where to go, it's just going to fly around until it crashes. And that's what happens to you in life. If you don't know where you want to go and who you want to be, you eventually just float around and you eventually crash.
There was only one person at fault for what had happened. There was only one person to blame. And that person was me. I am the senior man on the battlefield, and I am responsible for everything that happens. Everything.
Time's running out. You keep on sitting around wondering what the fuck you want to do. You're just gonna run out of time. So make sure you do one thing. Stop following the fucking crowd. They may take time off, but you can't afford to. Stay hard. We're supposed to be our fucking best. We're supposed to get it early. We're supposed to work out. We're supposed to be uncomfortable. We're supposed to do all these fucking things that people are now looking for a fucking accountability. If you're scared of something, learn about it. Figure it out to overcome it.
You gotta continue to challenge yourself, continue to push yourself. That's what living is. You have to be a fear hunter. Fear is a doorway, the window to every success, every dream you want. That fear is a small door stopping your potential everything. And once you overcome that fear, that energy, form of fear is transferred into confidence, you became that. And what else in my spirit, or what's am I holding myself back from? Then it starts getting sexy. Everything is a possibility.
I was talking about that the other day. Getting up at 5 a.m. going to work 45 minutes away, 20 plus years, every day, to put food on the table. For 20 years, 365 days times 20. And I never heard a complaint ever come out of his mouth, ever. I never heard I'm tired. Never heard I can't.
You won the lottery. And most people will never even know there was a lottery. If that's not motivation to live life to the fullest and not fear death, because I'd rather die than never having been born.
The only thing I can guarantee you in life is rejection. And the only thing I can guarantee a lot of, if you want to be successful, is a shit ton of rejection. Get comfortable taking those sorts of risks. Get comfortable with rejection. Nothing wonderful will happen to you unless you take an uncomfortable risk.
You are one decision away from changing your life. And you have to accept that. You're one new meeting, one new relationship, one new contact, one new action, one new decision away from shifting your life from where it is right now to a totally different place.
It's not going to be easy. It was hard laying on the floor of the Penobscot building, looking out of the window, daydreaming, saying, Les, can you do this? Can you make this happen? I used to listen to tapes day in and day out about See You at the Top, my great friend Zig and Dennis Waitley and different other motivational speakers and Dr. Norman Vincent Peale and Dexter saying, don't let nobody steal your dream. I used to ask myself, can I do this? And something said within me, you're the one.
don't try to take a step to be better, your overall life won't be better. And it actually blows me, because there's a lot of people in this world that think that they can move the same way that they're moving, not change anything, and that success will fall into their lap. And it don't even matter if you've been doing the correct things thus far. You still have to tweak and change things. Adjustments.
I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how much you work on yourself. There are some times when things aren't going to go right. They just are not going to go right. There are times when anything that can happen will happen. Murphy's Law will be knocking at your door. Why? I don't know why. That's called life.
If I can see it, then it must be a reality. And I can make it a reality. So for me, the vision became a reality. So it was only then a matter of following through with the work your ass off. Because every single time when I had a vision about anything, I had to work my ass off. But it was pleasure. See, that is the great thing. When you go to work and you know exactly why you're working, then it becomes fun, a challenge. It's entertaining sometimes.
Monday, get better. Tuesday, get better. Wednesday, get better, right? And you do that over a period of time, not like 1 month or 2 months. I mean, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then you can get to where you want to go.
Yeah. You're going to lose sleep. You'll doubt whether it'll work. You'll stress to make ends meet. You won't finish your to-do list. You'll wonder whether you made the right call and have no way to know for years. This is what hard feels like, and that's okay. Everything worth doing is hard, and the more worth doing it is, the harder it is. The greater the payoff, the greater the hardship. If it's hard, good. It means no one else will do it. More for you.
There are two things that may be said of everyone. Each of us wants something, and each of us is afraid of something. I want you to write on a card what it is you want more than anything else. It may be more money. Perhaps you'd like to double your income or make a specific amount of money. It may be a beautiful home. It may be success at your job. It may be a particular position in life. It could be a more harmonious family. Each of us wants something. Write down on your card specifically what it is that you want. Make sure it's a single goal and clearly defined. You needn't show it to anyone, but carry it with you so that you can look at it several times a day. Think about it in a cheerful, relaxed, positive way each morning when you get up, and immediately you have something to work for, something to get out of bed for, something to live for. Look at it every chance you get during the day and just before going to bed at night. As you look at it, remember that you must become what you think about. And since you're thinking about your goal, you realize that soon it will be yours.
No matter how good you plan, no matter how much you analyze, no matter how perfect the roadmap may be to where you're trying to go, there's going to be obstacles and there's going to be things that come up. And so the magic is in the commitment, and then the commitment to solve these problems as they come. And I think most people just don't get that. They want the perfect route. They want the perfect plan. They want it to be guaranteed.
You have to suffer. You have to make that a tattoo on your fucking brain, so when that hard time comes again, you don't forget it. You may forget it for a second, but you can go back in the cookie jar, I call it. It's something that we've all endured. I call it the cookie jar, and we often forget how hard we are, but you gotta reflect back. Take a couple seconds, reflect. I've been through this, I've been through that, and then remind yourself, I'm a bad motherfucker. And then you can get through that shit. But if you don't believe it, you haven't endured shit, you're just blowing smoke, man, and you're not gonna get through anything.
But your gift is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your God-given gift, and everybody has one, and God gives it to you at birth. You don't have to go anywhere to discover it. It's not in the water. It's not on a mountaintop. It ain't hid under a rock. Your God-given gift is instilled in you at birth. If you pursue that as opposed to your passion, there lies your greatest chance for success. The problem with people is we don't pursue our gift oftentimes. We try to go get an education and make it think that's gonna get us somewhere. And
you need to go where the anxiety is, man. Because everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of some adversity.
You guys gotta risk it, man. Don't let anyone say you can't do something. Don't let your mind say, oh, I can't do it anymore, to your body. You can't. We listen to society and what the normality, the average people are saying, oh, that's too much, that's too much. Too much for them, man, not too much for you. So go for it, man. Go enter something that you've been scared to do. Just entering it, you feel a sense of pride. And I guarantee you, what you're so freaked out about, you're gonna find out it's not that big of a deal.
What would happen if we stopped making it worse? How good could it be if we stopped making it worse? And I don't know if there's an upper limit to that. Like, it might be, maybe we could make it really, really, really good. Why not? And we don't have anything better to do than that. It's like, aim at heaven. Start at home. Aim at heaven. Tell the truth. Let's see what the hell happens. You know, like, it is the case, clearly on the facts of the matter. In 20 years, there wouldn't have to be a single person in the world that was hungry. In 20 years, we could get rid of the 5 biggest diseases that currently plague the planet. We could straighten things up. And God only knows what things could be like then.
Accept risk in life, you won't ever do anything. And then at that point, what's the meaning of life? People always ask. I would just say, why are you doing that to yourself? You wasn't born with a blueprint on life. You wasn't born with everything needed. You had to figure things out. Take risk, man. It's a part of life. You got to enjoy risk. You got to enjoy it. The losses, the wins, the rejection, it's all a part of life. It's a game. You got to force yourself to adapt and embrace all of it.
One of the things that we know about life is that it is always changing. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Sometimes things go real well, and sometimes they don't. Sometimes you're happy, and sometimes you're sad. Now that's that thing called life.
About people who win, who max out. They are in a much bigger hurry than the people who are average. And I'm not kidding you when I say this. They're in a bigger hurry to get to their destination, to get to their outcome. Their pace is faster. They walk faster. They talk faster. And their expectation when they're going to arrive at their destination is sooner.
Find something. Find a thing that you genuinely enjoy, because getting good at things you genuinely enjoy is extremely beneficial for young people.
If you know why you're doing something, when the hard times come, and they're going to come, when the disappointments and the rejections come, and they're going to come by the truckloads, your reasons will be your rod and staff to comfort you, to pick you up. Once again, I got a saying on one of my tapes: if life knocks you down, try and land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. Let your reasons get you back up.
One definition of a winner is someone who never let losing stop them.
Yeah.
That you're going to have some ups and you're going to have some downs. But during those down moments, that's where the growth takes place.
That we're all dealing with from time to time, and for sometimes it goes a lot longer than most. You have to be prepared for it. You have to understand that it is a reason for it. Don't put yourself in a position to think that life is just meant to be great for you. Put yourself in a position to understand that you have to go through certain circumstances, and understand that the significance of living means that there's opportunity for more blessed days ahead. So take advantage of your life, take control of it, and understand that even your emotions can play tricks on you and get you so down and so low that you feel that you can't come out of it.
You know, if you look for problems, you're going to find problems. If you look for solutions and you look for ways to make it work and you look for ways to make it successful, those things are going to pop out as well. So, you know, I think a big vision is the same as a small vision. It just takes more time.
Taking a risk and failing is better than not taking a risk at all.
No matter how far you got to go through it, you got to make it. You have to make it. You have to believe in it, and you have to claim it.
I want you to know that you're blessed and highly favored, and that as you go toward the future, begin to know that you have greatness within you. And if just one of you here begin to envision yourselves as being blessed and highly favored to reach your goals, if just one of you capture the essence of what that means, that you have greatness within you and a responsibility to manifest that greatness. That you can make your parents proud, you can make your school proud, you can touch millions of people's lives, and the world will never be the same again because you came this way.